Hey y'all, and welcome to an all new, all tea, all shade with the King of Shade live, honey. In tonight's episode, we're having the conversation about Miss Lanithia Monique Johnson Leaks, honey. That's right, we're gonna be talking about Nene Leakes, honey. Yes, because this child has not moved on. She has not. Hey Boo has not let it go, y'all. She has not. She has not let it go. So we're gonna talk about Miss Lanithia Leakes, honey. We're gonna, break down all this. We're gonna break it down, honey. Why Miss Leakes won't, just move on with some class. Where's the class? As Kim Fields once said, where's the class? Because when you are fired or you leave somewhere, the person usually leaves with some grace, and I feel like Nene is refusing to just gracefully leave this behind her, and leave with her head held high. Because, now she is, posting subliminals in her bios on her Twitter, on her bios, on her Instagram, and her, she's tweeting her fans and saying in these things subliminally, and she's alluding to abuse and says she has receipts, but she has yet to produce any of those things. And so, without receipts, what can we believe, Because, we know that Bravo has a history with racism. We know that they have a history with treating women of color, the employees of their shows that are predominantly women of color. We know that they have issues. We know that. That's apparent. We are aware of those things. But my issue, and I think the issue with a lot of the viewers and a lot of the fans of the Bravo world and the Housewives of Atlanta, Nene's whole thing comes off more of a what's the word? She comes off more like a bitter ex-employee, like she's angry that she got fired. And that's what's been given, because she did not own the Housewives of Atlanta. She did not create the Housewives of Atlanta. She was never an executive producer. She was never a creator. She was never a co-producer. She wasn't a producer. She wasn't an associate producer. She had no rights to that show. And so she was an employee of the show. And, she lost her job. And I believe, these are the things that I believe led to her firing from the show. One, Nene, once she got in Hollywood, honey, and the girls were shacking for her, and she was that girl, getting those jobs, working on Glee, and doing The New Normal, and doing The Apprentice, and doing Dancing with those stars, and, stuff like that. I think her ego imploded. I think, she became this diva upon divas. Like, Mariah Carey's a diva, but she's a diva in a good way, because people still like and respect her. And Nene became a diva in a bad way, where people don't like her, don't want to work with her, don't want to book her for gigs. And so she brought it upon herself, because she decided that I am the show, because her fans put that in her head and helped build that up in her, that she was the show, that the show was Nene, that the show was not an ensemble. It was the Nene Leakes show, which is like laughable, because the show was an ensemble show with 5 or 6 other women that she had to work with. And so Nene's ego, unfortunately, in my opinion, alienated not only her castmates, but the production of the show, because the production of the show didn't like Nene anymore. I think, the first 4 couple of seasons, she was great. Season 1 through 5, perfect. In 6, perfect. She was good. But season 7, 10, 11, 12, and 12, that's where we started getting the Nene that they didn't like, and the Nene that we started to not like. Because she became unbearable. She became like a terror on set. she started becoming a diva. Like, she would show up to filmings, and she would walk off filmings, and she would, leave scenes, and, she would refuse to be in scenes with people, and, threw her weight around, if you will. She at one point blocked Marlo from appearing on the show for a couple of years. Like, she threw her weight around, honey. When I tell you, her and Andy were good girlfriends, like, they were, like, good girlfriends, honey. And so, her doing that and throwing her power around like she did for those couple of years, the latter years, where she was throwing her power around. And, then she was, trying to get Cynthia fired and wanting her off the show and telling Andy that he should fire her. Nene was really throwing it around. And so, that started the trifecta of her castmates not liking her, because it was like, girl, like, you're going out of your way to try to stop another woman's bag. But you in the same breath would say that you are for women empowerment and you're for uplifting black women. And so that started some of the issues with her and her castmates outside of the regular taping of the show, the regular dramas. Her doing stuff like that. And then, as far as production, as we've seen, Nene, season 11 was like really, I think, the pinnacle of the drama that we saw unfold with her in production, because this woman put her hands on several production crew members. She put one of the production crew members in the hospital with broken teeth, ripped his shirt. Like, Nene lost it. Not y'all, she lost it. And I think that was really like that was it, because no other housewife of Atlanta has ever physically assaulted a crew member or a production member of the show. Never. And so for the original, honey, that's because she was an original. She was an original. She was on the show first season, 2008, with Sheree Whitfield, Miss Lisa Wu, Deshawn Snow, Kim Zolciak. She was a part of that ensemble. And so she was, the original. So they held her to a certain esteem. So for her to flip out and, literally lose her mind, because she did that, definitely, sealed her fate with the production, because at that point they no longer wanted to work with, be around, communicate, interact with Nene Leakes. They did not want to do that. So, I'm like, Nene, like, girl, like, what you did on the show. Like, what you contributed to the show. The people want to know, yes, Greg was sick, but that does not excuse her behavior. Because, yes, her husband was sick, but that does not give her a pass to put her hands on people. Because if that was a way to give people passes for losing control, then people would lose control and hurt people all the time when they lose family members. Because I lost family members. I lost my brother, who was my only brother. I didn't go put my hands on people. I didn't go flip out on my boss. I didn't go flip out on my coworkers and hit him in the face because I'm going through the emotional trauma of losing someone. So, that's not a good excuse. And, yes, she was stressing out, but at the end of the day, she should have not joined the show that season. She should have took time off. Let's be clear. She had an option. There was always a choice to sign that contract and appear, or stay at home off camera and deal with Greg and be with her husband. She chose to sign on, get in front of that camera, and let the world see her flip out on everyone, including the people that are hired to produce a show that she is a star of. Honey, remember, it's her show. Remember, she would always say, this is my show, pissing off every one of her coworkers. So don't you think that would play into an effect of her future on the show? They went in her closet. Yes, they were going to her closet because her good Judy Marlo said, told the girls, yeah, go in this closet. And then he agreed. And he was like, was like, oh, yeah, y'all should check my closet out, honey, because I got this and I got that. So they went to her closet, per her request, and the request of Marlo, and the cameras were following them. And it's not their fault that Nene had dirty panties hanging, because that's what it really was. Nene had her dirty panties and bras hanging in her closet, and she wasn't on camera. Now, I get it. I understand it. But it still does not give her the right to put her hands on anyone. I don't give a damn. That still did not give her the right to put her hands on anybody. They did not give her the right. I don't give a damn if they was going in her damn kitchen, or they were going through her panty drawer. It still did not give her the right to put her hands on anyone, because had they hit her ass back, y'all be seeing a whole different story. It'll be a whole different scenario. We gonna get to that because she alleged a lot of things with this production that she was a star of for 10 seasons. A lot of things that she alluded to. You know, with the people want to know, Monique was not fighting the production crew person. She was fighting a cast member. So that doesn't apply. And Mariah was fighting a cast member. So how's that? That doesn't equate. But nice try. Nice try, y'all. You can't use Mariah and Monique, who had altercations with cast members, to equate Nene putting her hands on non-cast members, production, staff, crew that are employed to produce and work for her, in a sense. And so, Mrs. Successful, nobody's telling her how to react, but I'm explaining how she should have acted as a 60-year-old woman, because she's old enough, wise enough, to know how to control herself in any moment that she's in. You know, she's a grown-ass woman. She's a grandmother of 2 babies, a great-great-grandmother. So she should know how to uphold herself with some esteem. Miss Successful, there's no double standard. Because, like I said, you can't bring in Monique and Mariah's situation with them having a physical altercation with cast members and try to say that it's the same as Nene putting her hands on staff and production. That does not even mesh. That does not equal out. And y'all be trying it with that, but it's like you can't. If you're gonna come with something to counteract it, it has to counteract it. Bravo's not blackballing her. Like this is my point. She's not being blackballed. You know, if anything, she blackballed herself. Because after that mess on season 11, she came back to season 12, and she was even more like she was even more like chaotic. Like, even on camera, like, she was spitting food at Kenya, throwing food at this woman. Like, Nene, like, at that point, she, like, really flipped her lid. Because when has Nene ever thrown food at anyone? When has Nene ever spit at anyone? When has anyone on the show ever spit food at anyone? Like, that was like, okay, Nene was over it. She walked off the scene in Greece when they were filming a scene. She told the production member to get out her way. She was going to the bathroom, but she was not coming back to film the rest of that scene. Like, at that point, Nene didn't want to do the show no more. At that point, she was letting the producers know. She was letting Andy and them know, I don't want to do the show no more. I don't want to be in front of the camera no more. At that point, you let them know because you don't even want to follow the rules. Because you came, because mind you, she came back to the show after leaving y'all. Y'all remember she left because she was going to Hollywood. She left after season 7. She left to do her thing in Hollywood. She came back in season 10 to a show that she was like had grew from at that point, that she was above. And so, she came back to the show just to do what she did, which is come back and not want to cooperate, not want to deal with the women, because this is the show that she's been a part of at that point, her 10th year. So her refusing to cooperate, refusing to do things, like we saw it translate on screen. And so then when season 12 ended and she was in negotiations for her contract for season 13, and the whole issue with her contractual discrepancies, because she wanted to be paid more. She wanted to be paid double the salary. And mind you, at that time on the show, Nene had no storyline. At that time, Nene was like, really, like, at this point, the fan base was over her, So she had no leverage to warrant an increase, because she didn't bring anything to warrant an increase. Like, that season, what did she get her? Season 12, she didn't bring it enough. And that's why her scenes were cut, because she got suspended from the last season. Y'all remember that? She got suspended for the last season for putting her hands on the production crew members. So they cut her scenes, cut her episodes in half. So we didn't see her as much. And she went on Twitter complaining and bitching about, oh my God, they cut my episodes. Oh my God, they edited me. Look how they edited me this way. Oh my God, so y'all don't see half me in this scene. But girl, you can't put your hands on somebody. You can't do things like that and don't expect consequences because it's unrealistic. Because if they had been Kenya doing that shit, Kenya would have gotten fired. It would have been, she wouldn't even got a chance to come back to still film the show. You got a chance to come back and still film the show, and you signed that contract to get the coins. You signed that contract to get the money. You signed the contract. You came back to the show and you filmed those scenes because you knew when you signed the contract what your contract was gonna be. It was gonna be you only filming half of the scene, half of the scenes. You were gonna film half the season. So my thing is with Nene, like, if she was so unhappy then, if she was so upset about the treatment then why sign on to do another season 12, knowing what they negotiated to you and what they was offering you as far as your scenes and filming for season 12. So she did season 12, going to season 13, the issue came up again, and this time she puts the issue with her scenes being shortened for season 13 because they once again offered her a limited appearance for a good coin because it was like $2.2 million. So the bitch is making money. And even Greg, God rest his soul, told Nene, yeah, sign the contract, come back. He told her to, and she said no. She said no. And she needed the money as a payday. So she decided to hold out on the contract, still negotiating with Bravo. At this point, it was during COVID, so they already was late beginning filming for season 13. They kept waiting. That she had enough time. I mean, it literally, because they normally start filming, the Atlanta shows used to start filming in July or June. And so they didn't start filming until late July, I think late July. So she had enough time to make a decision, but she wanted to hold out, hoping that they would say, okay, Nene, we love you, so we're going to give you what you want, and they didn't do that. And so, unfortunately, the show must go on, and all the other girls that signed on, Nene was literally the only one that did not sign a contract at that time. And so, at that point, the production had to go on, so they went and started filming without her, and she got upset. As we seen, she was pissed. But it was like, girl, you can't hold up a show because at the end of the day, this is not your show. You don't own the Housewives of Atlanta. Like, yes, you were the foundational element to the show because you started the first season, the first series of the show. You led the show then, but this is not your show because it's 5 other women that you work with to present and create a show, and that's what the problem for me began. Because she started making the show be about her and really like being disrespectful and dismissive to the other cast members who also contribute things to the show as well. And that's rude. Like, rude to come be on the show and act like this is your show. Like, they don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So, like, she doing that alienated those women from her co-stars, fighting with production, alienated production from wanting to deal with her. And then when she did not come back, like I said, we see her go out of her way to decide to have a war with none other than the executive producer and creator of the Real Housewives franchise, Andrew Cohen. And she started a war, that she should have thought thoroughly before she decided to make the choice to go at it with him, because that played into the reason why she can't get word, because she, was angry, emotional about everything about her not coming back. She went to YouTube, did videos alluding to Andy being on drugs, said the man was on crack, said the man, was on crack, and, said the man was racist, and, she said, that she experienced abuse on the set, from people on the set, like, and she keeps alluding to it. So am I reaching my, because the bitch just said it today, that she experienced abuse. And she keeps saying she experienced abuse. And as we know, when you throw out abuse claims, they're taken very seriously. And so she said all this, And then she was leading a her fans to kind of go with her to riot. So she had a whole plan. She wanted her fans to come picket outside the studios in New York, outside the studios of LA, those studios, to picket because she was not coming back. Like, she really, like, Nene had made it her mission. She was really trying to destroy the network. She literally told her fans, like, y'all, so don't watch Bravo, don't support the show. Like, she was literally doing everything in her power to sabotage the network that made her a household name, that she, quote unquote, helped build, because she was no longer on the show, because she chose to hold out on her contract. She chose to try to hold the show up, and life don't work that way, baby. It just don't work. And so, she did all that, and and she told Andy, Andy not to say her name, and she was very clear. Andy, keep my name out your mouth. Don't say my name. So Andy never said her name, and then when he finally did do an interview where he was asked about her, he did the best he could without saying her name, and basically said, he was good, that as he wasn't looking to interact or deal with her in any business setting or on the show at all. The door was closed. Andy did text her when Greg passed, with his condolences, but everything she said about Andy could be true, and probably is true. But the problem that her fans are seeming to not understand and see here is that you can't disrespect or blast your boss in front of the world and not think that other production companies, other directors, other producers are not going to see this and are not going to take this and not going to look at this as something to be worried about and concerned, because at this point, Nene doing that made us a liability. And as we all know, in Hollywood, producers and directors and executives don't want to work with talent that is considered a liability or have a negative reputation following them. And Nene created that reputation on herself because Nene chose to be difficult. She chose to be this overbearing, egotistical diva. Like, she chose to do these things. Didn't nobody make her be this way. She chose to be this way, and now she wants the world to have sympathy, empathy, compassion, concern, anguish. She wants the world to just, see her as a victim, and she's not a victim. She's not, because the things that she did contributed to her downfall. You can't be a victim if you played a part in where you are today. She played a huge part, a major part, in why she's no longer holding a peach. And Sheree Whitfield is. She played a huge part in that because of the choices that she made, the decision that she made by deciding to show her ass. And she didn't humble herself. Thank you, lady_Dow. That too, she did not humble herself, because when she was at the highest, she made it known and went out of her way to throw it in her castmate's face, to throw it in anyone's face she could that she did not like, that she was a star of the show, that Hollywood was checking for her, and that she was that girl, and that she was above and better than anyone. Instead of saying, you know what, I'm grateful, I appreciate everything, I'm thankful for my fans, I'm thankful for the support, I'm thankful to be working with these black women, I'm thankful for building a franchise that was able to pave the way for other black shows to be on the same network. She didn't do that. Nene was all about Nene. Always. It's always been about Nene. What Nene wants, what Nene needs, how Nene feels. It's never been about anyone else but Nene. Nene was very selfish. And with selfishness, she lacked the humbleness. And so, unfortunately, when you're not humble, this is what happens. Exactly, Miss Squeak one. You read what you saw. What she put out to the universe, she got back. You can't put out negativity and be a negative person and not be humble and not be grateful for what you have and expect blessings to follow you and expect to prosper. Because that does not happen. That's not how the universe works. And unfortunately, Nene has learned the hard way. And she will continue to learn the hard way because her doing all this stuff, saying she's been blacklisted, is not going to make people want to her aid and not make people want to feel sympathy for her. It's not. Because we all know. We know. We seen it. We know what Nene has done. And the Tracy, _82, yes, it's a karma. Karma is real. I tell you all the time, karma is real. What you put out is what you get back. When you do wrong, it comes back on you. And unfortunately, Nene's karma is here and it's hitting her. And she chose to fight fire. She chose to fight fire by starting a fire. She chose to take on someone that, in my opinion, you can't just take on head on like that and don't think there's gonna be repercussions behind it. Because yes, Andy is probably one of the most heinous persons behind the scenes. He probably has done a lot of things that Nene has said, but Nene was not smart. Because if she was smart, she wouldn't have said that shit publicly. If she was smart, she would have dealt with it in a different way without tainting her career. If she was smart, she would have got counsel by some real people that would have told her, no, Nene, this is how you're going to handle that. This is what you're going to do to fight fire or fire. You're not going to start the fire, but you're going to let them know, hey, I'm going from the show, but I'm going to start my own show. I'm going to be a bigger success without you today, but you guys who want me to come back. And she didn't do that. She burned, yes, lady on go down, she burned her bridges. And she thinking in her mind, oh, I'm only burning my bridges with Andy. No, baby. You burned your bridges in Hollywood because Andy's not the only person that said you've been difficult to work with. Let's keep it above. It's been other producers that have worked with Nene that said that she was not the most pleasant on set. Nene has turned down many roles that were given to her because of her diva attitude, her, I deserve this, I deserve that attitude, as if she's some, like, known movie actress. Like, she was getting roles. And so her being ungrateful for the roles that she was getting, and she was just turning them down, and she got them like, oh, I don't need this, I don't need that, this is not me, this is so beneath me. Girl, like, you were getting work. You were getting work, and you just weren't grateful for the work you were getting. Mr. Creek one, yes, Andy has had Nene's back. He was one of Nene's biggest fans, biggest supporters. He was Team Nene. He was Team Nene. Send your request in, Ma. You gotta send your request in. He was one of Nene's biggest supporters, cheerleaders, advocators. When I tell you, y'all know, he loved him some Nene Leakes. He loved him some Nene Leakes. And, it is unfortunate that their relationship is diminished. But you can't come back from there because how can Andy come back and be like, oh, I'll be cool with Nene or I'll entertain working with her when she done publicly possibly aired him out and this man is a parent, he has a child. So you throwing out drug accusations on a man that has a child? Yeah, that's a lie. You're saying he's a racist. That's a lie. That's huge. That's a lie. That you throw out racist claims, that's a lie. So I never expected and didn't expect Andy to be like, I'll forgive Nene, I'll give her a chance. No, because if someone came at me with claims like that, we probably would never talk because you came from my character. You have attacked my character and who I am as a person to the world. And now you have people looking at me crazy, looking at me side-eye because you decided to unleash your anger on me because you got fired from a job that you lost because you chose not to sign your contract. So, I never expected Andy to forgive her because, that's hard to do alone on small shit. So, being publicly bashed like that, I didn't expect Andrew to forgive her or ever want to work with her. And then he shouldn't have neither. Like, I don't know why she would think this man would want to work with her after she turned him against her. Because she turned him against, she turned her friend on her own. She made him her enemy. She made her castmates her enemy. Because literally she was on a show and nobody was a friend. She didn't have not one friend on the show. Literally every friend she had, she fell out with. Portia is her fake friend. Portia, child, go with the wind. Tanya, go with the wind. So they don't even count. And that's my thing, Ashley. One. As Candy said it, and I said it before in another live I did. When Nene was cashing those Bravo checks, it was no problem. She was that girl. I'm a very rich bitch. You know what I'm saying? It was all good in the hood 10 years ago. And now the checks stopped coming, and now you hate them. They this, they that. I've been abused, and by them, and the production abused me, and Andy this and Andy that. But when he was checking for you, and you was at his baby shower, and she quote unquote helped pay for, it was all good. You know, so it's like it's hard for people to receive Nene, and receive her in a genuine way, because it's like, girl, you weren't saying this shit, crying this shit when you was at your highest, when you was going through the shit, cause you was going through any of this shit you said you was going through. You didn't make it known then. You were fine, you were comfortable, you were good because they were paying you, they was kissing your ass. See, when Andy stopped kissing your ass and told you, well, you can kiss his, that was the problem. Period. That was the problem. When True Entertainment told you, well, you can kiss their ass, then it was a problem. When they was kissing your ass, it was all good. It's like, oh, yes, honey, I have arrived. And the spotlight is on me, honey. It was all that, honey. We was getting all that, honey, then. And now we getting, oh, I've been blackballed. No one wants to work with me. No one wants to hire me to do anything. They stopped me from doing podcasts. They stopped me from doing this. I can't do television shows. No one wants to send me scripts. Well, baby, that was your fault. Exactly, Miss Queen. I said, had that been Kenya that put her hands on a production crew member, she would have been fired. If she wouldn't got a chance to come back to film a damn thing, they would tell her to go tell her where the door was at and deuces on that shit. They let her come back and still paid her $2 million. Still paid her $2 million. Still gave her a good coin. After she tore that shit up. After she acted a damn fool. Still, y'all. That's why I said I don't understand. I don't understand, y'all. What my Nene supporters there? Any Nene supporters here? Because I know there's a lot of y'all, honey. Y'all want to come in on advocate for your girl. You sure can. You sure can. But I would love to talk to the Nene fans, because maybe I'm missing something, you know? Hello. Hey. Hey, Maud.
Are you done?
No, I'm not done.
With the foolishness?
I can't hear you.
Are you done with the foolishness? Is what I want to know. Are you done with the foolishness?
I'm not done, honey. I'm not done with the foolishness, honey. I'm thinking facts.
First of all, put respect on Nene's name. Okay? Put some respect,
honey.
Okay? She carried the show. Can we give her some respect? Okay, my phone is misbehaving, but
yeah, because your phone know you full of it.
Okay, so you know, all what you've said is it's just lies.
No, it's the truth.
Well, just because you don't like her, you don't have to do that.
I'm not lying. It's the truth. Everything I said was factual, and there are receipts to back up everything I said.
And so you're saying was her attitude. It is because she was feeling herself. That's why nobody wanted to work with her.
No,
she had shows. She had shows.
What show?
Planned. She had. Don't you remember her? Showing us the stuff that she was gonna do, and up until she said, you know what? I've been blacklisted. I've been done all this, and then everything stopped. It is not about Andy.
It is about Andy. She made it about Andy.
Yeah, but Andy is so connected. This is a white dude who is so connected. You cannot compare that with a black woman who is just...
So now you're gonna pull the race card.
It has to.
It had nothing to do with her race. It had everything to do with her ego. It had everything to do with her being difficult to work with. It had everything to do with her
And
being a
that's
diva,
charm.
the worst kind of diva.
That's
It had
charm.
everything to do with her not being humble and not
That's
being
charm.
grateful for her success.
That's charm of, you know, a black woman. Oh, she's so difficult to work with.
It had nothing to do with her being black. Nene was difficult. Nene was difficult to work with.
Do you have the
Thank
receipts?
you.
Do you have receipts?
Yes,
Did
baby,
you show us?
I can
Did
roast
you
the
show us
receipts,
the
honey.
receipts?
She was difficult to work with, honey.
you
By
have
the
the
production
receipts?
of Truly Entertainment and by other productions that she was a part of, she was difficult to work with because Nene's not the most likable person in Hollywood, honey.
Where
have you
are your
been?
receipts? Where are your receipts? Is what I want to know.
I
Where are
have
your
them,
receipts?
honey. I have them. They're everywhere. Is Nene working? That's my receipt right there. She's not
Yes,
working.
she is.
She's the one posting. She's blacklisted because she was working. She would constantly put out here, "Oh, I'm blacklisted. I can't get work." Because if you were working, you wouldn't do that because you'd be working. She's not getting any gigs, honey. She's not working.
And what's the reason why she's not working? Because
of her attitude.
Everybody
Because
just like you.
with.
Everybody
Because
just
of
like
her attitude, and because she was difficult to work with, because she was unprofessional, and because she burned bridges that would have helped sustain her career. She was not smart. Like she told Phaedra Parks, back in season 4, she was not smart. You never can win when you play dirty. And then you try to play dirty and try to destroy a network that helped build her to a household name. She tried to play dirty and did not win.
Until you show us the receipts. Until you come here and show us, you know.
She's not working. She's not working.
She has a reboot show. She has a reboot show. Remember, she has something going on.
What show?
The college thing. Don't you remember?
You mean the rejects? You mean the rejects of reality television?
Give the girl her flowers. She deserves it. Okay.
Well, you give it to her, honey.
And all these comments over here. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know you're all here trying to please the king. Listen, give the girl her flowers. She did what she needed to do. She carried that show.
She got them. She got flowers. She got them. From her fans. Thank you. She's not. She said those exact words to Phaedra Creonta Parks at the reunion of season 4 or 5.
Okay.
And she did the same thing. She's not living to those words. She's doing the exact same thing that she said Phaedra was doing to her, and she's playing dirty. Ms. Squeeze says any other housewives that have been kicked out of the show are still asked to appear on Watch What Happens Live, except Nene. Thank you. And Nene is
but how is she gonna appear at Watch What Happens Live if she's not agreeing with Andy?
That's her point. That's her point. All the other housewives of Atlanta.
And how is she gonna?
All the other housewives of Atlanta, except Deshaun Snow. Deshaun Snow is not being a part of the Bravo thing, but except her has been on Watch What Happens Live, past or present. So I mean, this is a lot, and she's the only one. Past
because she's the only one
who say anything negative about the production of that show and Andy Cohen.
She is the only one who called out Andy Cohen. Okay, she's the only one.
She's the only one that has said that stuff about Andy Cohen. The only one from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The only former peach holder to say anything like that. Lisa Lewis never came out there. It never came out and said anything negative about Andy or the production. Deshaun Snow has not came out and said anything negative about any other production. Kim Zolciak has not came out and said anything negative about any other production. Sheree Whitfield has not came out and said anything negative about any other production. She was fired twice. And she's never came out and bashed Andy. Never. Because you know why? Because Sheree is a woman of sophistication and elegance, honey. That's the difference. She has class. And she knows to win the game and to stay relevant and to stay successful, you can't burn bridges, baby. She was smart. And that's why she's back for a third time as the original peach holder, honey. Nene was not smart. She was not thinking.
Because Nene wants everybody to win. Nene put
Ah!
Andy. Nene put Andy on the map.
Well, how come everybody went?
Andy Bravo should be ashamed of himself. Okay? She put nobody was talking about Real Housewives until Nene showed up. Give those girls her flowers. Okay? And she cannot be at Watch What Happens Live because it's Andy's show. He's not gonna bring anybody who is disagreeing with him. Okay?
Nene did not make Housewives a household name because there was the Orange County Girls. So the Housewives was already a thing. And they had the New Jersey Wives. They were iconic before Nene joined and the Atlanta Girls came aboard. So Bravo was already an established network. So we're going to stop saying Nene just made the network because she didn't make the network. The network was always there. They made her. Let's not get it twisted. Bravo and Andy made Nene who she was. So, thank you, Tracy. Because Nene always hating on Candy. She always got something fucked up and shady to say about Candy. Ooh, why Candy get spin-off? Ooh, why Candy always doing so? Ooh, Candy is a CON. Ooh, Candy is doing this and Candy is doing that. Ugh. You know, why you always want to help Candy out?
Okay, so
how they helping black women? How are they empowering black women when she always hate on black women?
The Real Housewives of Atlanta wasn't the first Real Housewives.
It was Orange County.
Wait a minute.
It was Orange County.
Wait a minute. I agree with that. But nobody was talking about Real Housewives.
They were.
Until Nene showed up.
No.
Okay?
No,
okay?
No. That's not true. No.
And they're always trying to do anything that Nene says. Nene was saying, you know what? They'll never give Marlo any peach. Oh, they gave Marlo the peach. She said, you know, Cherie has nothing to offer. Oh, now Cherie is back. You should be paying this girl some commission because
commission for what? Nene,
because
commission for what? Nene was saying, girl, commission for what? Nene was hating on Marlo. When she was asked by Jason Lee what she thought about Marlo getting a peach, she said, "Oh, well, Marlo, she said lap dog. Oh, Marlo, she doesn't need a peach. Oh, Marlo, give them what they want anyway. She don't need a peach. I hate her because a friend would never.
I'm saying
a friend would never." A friend wouldn't. A woman that says she uplifts black women would never try to take a black woman's job.
I'm saying.
So clearly,
the Bravo production, including Andy, they are listening to Nene. When Nene says anything about somebody or against somebody, she was never. You know, she said about something about Cherie. She was like, you know what? There's nothing Cherie is gonna, bring, and I'm still waiting to see what she's gonna bring. Apart from the boyfriend who's been in jail for, Okay, I'm still waiting. Oh,
she's gonna bring.
Wait.
She's gonna bring.
And so now they're gonna bring, and then they're gonna bring her because Nene talked about it. Okay, and then she talked about Marlo. Like Marlo hasn't been given the peach for so long. Oh, now they're gonna give Marlo a peach. Give me some commission. Give me some commission.
And they don't listen to Nene because they did. Cynthia would have been fired after season 4 or 5 because she wanted Cynthia gone then. So they don't listen to Nene. They don't listen to her. Let's be clear. Because they had listened to her, Cynthia would have been fired a long time ago. Because she was trying to get Cynthia fired two times, and 2 times. They occasions. She told Andy to his face that he should fire Cynthia, and he didn't fire Cynthia.
They listen to Nene, but then they do the opposite of what Nene.
Yes, don't change it now. You said it's to Nene. They don't listen to her.
I said they listen to Nene, and then they're gonna do the
because if they listen to Nene Lee, she would still have a job there.
No. You're not getting what I'm saying. You're not getting what I'm saying. I'm saying she talked about Marlo not getting the peach. Oh, voila! Now Marlo has a peach. Okay, this is not the first time she's taking care of her sister's children. No. She was doing that way before. Now you want to showcase Marlo being, kind of stepmom or an auntie taking care of the 2 black boys. Oh, because Nene said that, she hasn't been given a peach. Now, why would you expect her to be given a peach? Okay, now she has a peach. And she's going to tell us.
Showcase. They had nothing to do with Nene. They had nothing to do with Nene at all.
It does.
No, it is not. That's crazy. They gave her a peach because her fans, and the Bravo fans, like myself, said Marlo deserves a peach. Marlo's been holding it down. She's been on the show for 10 years. It's time to give her a peach. Let her have her moment. It had nothing to do with Nene Lee, because Nene was the same bitch hating on Marlo because Marlo was getting a peach and was like Marlo shouldn't get a peach because Marlo was a motherfucking lab dog. She was so how was she helping Marlo when she was talking down on Marlo about Marlo getting a peach and saying Marlo don't deserve one?
No matter what housewife come on the show, Nene will always be the topic because she is
she's not though. She's
original.
not. Hey boo, hey happy understoodness. No, she's not. They ain't talking about her last season
All the
at
time.
all. So she's not a topic at all, honey. Y'all want her to be so bad.
You can never.
Y'all want her to be.
You can never.
It's okay.
Never.
It's okay. But
so you
Nene
go
burned her
ahead.
bridges.
Ahead.
Where Nene's at now is Nene's fault. Nobody else. She can't blame nobody but herself.
So you go ahead and sell those She by Cherie outfits that she's doing. Go ahead, do that. Okay.
Yes. She about
over
coming back, honey. 2022, 2023, honey. The original, honey. The original queen of sophistication and class and elegance, honey, is back. Yes. Miss Squeak One says, bottom line, Bravo gave Nene the biggest check and she gave them her butt to kiss when she got upset. Period. Period. Point in the blank. Period. Dot. Exclamation point. Exclamation point. Exclamation point. Dot. Exclamation point. She gave them her ass to kiss. And when they told her she can kiss their ass, it was a problem.
You have to know your value.
Oh, God.
You have to know what you're bringing to the table. You have to know what you're bringing to the table. Nene is at the whole damn table. You can do whatever you want to do. You can say whatever you want to say. You can never.
She's not the table. She missed a leg on that damn table.
Never.
But she's not the whole table. Sorry, she's not.
Who is the table? Candy is the table?
Thank you, Jessica. She got too big-headed. Thank you. Her ego got too big, and she was not humble, and she just thought that she was going to be here forever.
Because that's what they wanted us to see.
And Bravo let her know that, bitch, you're not running a motherfucker thing but your goddamn mouth. Period.
Because that's what they wanted us to see. They wanted us to see that.
Wow. What? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
That's what they wanted us to see. See the way you are falling in love with all this and you're posting their king. I'm ashamed.
Yes.
I'm ashamed.
I can't.
I'm ashamed.
Let me pull up what your girl said. Because
I cannot. I'm ashamed.
I was like, wow. I was like, okay, so Nene, girl. Like, what the? I was like, wow. Okay, here we go. And Nene said, in our quote, she said, they always
Nene is good TV for sure. Nene is good TV.
Nene said they always blacklist you when you tell the truth. And I said to her on my Twitter.
She always tells the truth.
And I said this to her on Twitter. I said, you keep saying you're blacklisted, and you continuously allude to abuse and having receipts, yet you have not produced them. So where are they? And I have yet to get a response. So that lets me know there are none. And then she said, and I quote to somebody, because I think Nene's losing it, because it was the weirdest tweet I ever seen in my life. It was like it was a text tweet. She said, stop harassing me, my business, and my family. Stop having me followed. Stop blacklisting black women for speaking the truth. Stop paying off attorneys to not file discrimination claims. Stop it. Who is she talking to? Andy? The heir?
Yes.
No, because she couldn't have. She could have.
And
she was talking to the heir. Because somebody was tagged.
Jessica,
there was no indication. She's losing it, y'all.
Wait a minute. Jessica, she thought she could be Kim. She can never be a Kim. Kim can try to be a Nene.
Oh, my gosh. Child, Nene is losing it. She's tweeting the craziest shit I ever seen in my life. Like, she is losing it. You need to go call your girl right now and check on her and see what's going on with her. Because she's losing it. And I hate seeing that.
But is she even
crazier and crazier? And she's desperate.
Are you extending some grace? Say, you know what, this is her story.
Let her tell her story. And she looks desperate and thirsty. Oh. And she needs help. Because she's losing control. She is losing it. These tweets got to stop. These captions in her damn bios got to stop. because it reached attention seeking. It reaches desperation. It's reaching desperation, attention seeking, thirstiness, and it's not good. So it's thirsty, and like you were seeking attention as a 50-plus-year-old woman. It's not cute at all.
You know, I'm disappointed. I'm very
It's not cute.
disappointed because you have not given Nene a platform. Okay.
She had many platforms, honey. She had the biggest platform of them all, and she burned that down, baby. She had the biggest platform in the world, the biggest.
Wow. Wow. I'm disappointed. But you know what, King? I cannot wait to have you here after this season, because you realize that if Nene is not there, it's going down.
Jessica said last season was trash without her. Imagine she was there with them in South
It's
Carolina.
going down.
But last season was trash.
The views,
last season was horrible. It was horrible because of COVID. It was horrible because of COVID. It was horrible because they could not film like they normally film. They had to film in a completely different fashion, like all the other shows. So it was horrible. The best thing of last season was Portia sucking Bolo D. That was the best moment. That was the best moment of last season. Period.
Well,
said,
if it was the best moment, the views would be telling us the same. No, it went down.
They are. Tasha Renee says ever since she attempted to put hands on Candy, she's been acting out to me. That part. Local Ron says, but Bravo was doing some weird stuff. How we did they get the same person spin off? Because Candy is liked by production. Candy has never been disrespectful. She never put her hands on anyone. She never came at Andy in any way or shape or form like that, attacking his character, attacking him as a person. She's not done that. So of course she's going to get a spinoff because she's smart. Nene was not smart.
You know what? This is a woman who is coming here to tell us about the injustices that have happened to Black women.
Oh, God.
Okay? And we are here attacking her when she said,
I'm not attacking her. We're not having a conversation.
Wait a minute. You're here not giving her the platform. Okay? Okay, so the other day, not just the other day, a few hours ago, you're here celebrating Claudia's birthday. Okay? Okay? So
yes, Claudia Jordan, my good sis. Yes, my good sis Claudia Jordan, happy birthday to my good sis. She brought her up. It's her birthday, honey. She's turned 49 and looks fabulous, honey, and living her blessed life, honey. Doing amazing things, honey. Doing amazing productions that Nene Leakes is not doing, honey.
She stole the idea of Nene.
Oh my
Nene
God!
Was gonna have
my God! Oh my God! Wow! Wow!
Okay, you know. Give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. I'm gonna join you again. Let me get to my house. I'm not in my house.
Claudia's not trash. She's not thirsty at all.
I never said she was.
No, I'm reading the comments. No, she was.
I know.
Was not trash.
I'm responding to them. I never said she was, but
yeah,
you know.
But see, I would
Claudia can never.
Yes, Candy came and took her OG title, but I'm not attacking her. I hope you get everything she wants. So. Yeah.
King.
I love
King. I'm going to my house. King, I'm going to my house. I will join you in a second. I'm going to my house.
All right.
2 minutes away. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Claudia is not thirsty. She's not looking for anything. Claudia is living her blessed life. Claudia is my girl, my sis. I love Claudia. Claudia's funny as hell. Claudia came and did what she needed to do as a Housewife of Atlanta for season 7. She made some iconic moments happen, and she dragged Nene by her non-existent edges without even breaking a sweat, baby. So, she's that girl. Claudia keeps it 100, and Claudia would actually be a great friend for Nene to have because Claudia would tell Nene the truth. But Nene doesn't want friends to tell her the truth. She wants friends to kiss her ass. See, that's the problem, too, because she don't have people around her that's actually going to tell her the truth and keep it real with her. Because had she had those people, she would still be a working actress in Hollywood, and she would still be a Real Housewife of Atlanta as of season 14. Okay? Chad, these Nene fans, honey, I'm here for it, though, because, They her fans, and they see it differently than I do. But I'm only looking at the facts. I'm looking at history, like you guys are, and we see her history. We seen the patterns. We seen what she's done, and I just need her to move on. I need her to let it go, focus on Lanitia Lounge, be a grandmother, and live her life outside of the reality shows because that's done. Her time is ended. And she's doing College Hill, the reboot version of College Hill for celebrities, honey. That's where she landed, honey, and that is so sad because that's a very, 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 very long fall from grace. When you end up on BET, boo, and never produced by white people. Hey, goody. Hey, love. Yes, honey. But I just, child. But I feel sorry for her though. I really do because she's like I said, she looks pathetic. She looks pathetic. She looks, you know, desperate at this point. She looks pathetic and desperate, and that's sad that this woman continues to make herself look more and more pathetic and desperate every day with these tweets and these bio changes of subliminals. Like it's at some point she has to stop. At some point, somebody needs to tell her to stop because she's looking crazy out here. She is looking desperate and thirsty. The thirst is real, honey. The thirst is real. The thirst is real, y'all. I mean, it is real. Child. Let's pray for Nene, y'all. Y'all keep her uplifted and covered in prayer because she needs our prayer that we can give her because this woman ain't got no support at home. She ain't got no supportive friends, no real friends to tell her like it is. All we can do at this point is send her positive vibes and hope that she can just move on in a peaceful fashion and just find something else to do and let it go because she's not coming back. Nene fans, she ain't come back. She will never be back on the show. So y'all need to move on too. Move on with her. Help her move on. If you are a Nene fan, help your girl move on. Encourage her to move on. Because if not, your girl is gonna look like she's looking now, desperate and thirsty. I'm just saying. If you are a real fan, you will tell your girl, because I tell mine all the time, honey, the ones I like, baby, the real. And they receive it because they know it's coming from a place of love. Period. Tasha when that says Kenny must have that Tabitha Brown power. She been cutting up since Closet Gate, child. She must have, honey. Happy underscore and this says they would let Phaedra back before Nene. They probably would. And that's sad to say because Phaedra left up in such a fucked up way. But yeah, there is a better chance in hell that Phaedra will come back to the show before Nene will. Ain't that something? Ain't that something, child? Ain't that something? Nene Leakes, girl. Nene Leakes. I just need you, girl. I just need you just to move on. That's what I want, and that's my whole point of this live. Is just to let you know and let your fans know that I just want you to move on and move forward and start a new chapter and just continue living your life outside of the cameras and just do you and just focus on other things because dwelling on the past is not going to help you move forward in your future. And so I want to leave this live on a positive note and just say, Nene, let go. Let it go. And move on.